Hello, I'm Brent Smith with Knoxville Youth Athletics, and today I'm going to be showing you how to successfully complete a relay handoff. We'll go over the zones on the track and then give you some ideas of what to do if you have to practice in a gym, commons, or parking lot without a track at your school. Okay, so when we talk about successful exchange zone, if you've watched the Olympics or college or high-level track meets, typically the runners looking forward, they never look back, and they've got their palm out ready to get the baton. That is not a good way to teach a young child at first, when they're first learning this. Have them go ahead and look over the years. They can do that when they're older, but for now, face the inside of the track. They're watching their teammate come down. They'll have their hand up high, okay, not down low underhand, but up high overhand, ready to receive the baton. This is the safest way for the baton to come in their hand, whereas down here, they might actually lose the baton and end up dropping it as well. So have their overhand, they see their teammate coming, and they can start a little jog even, or a little movement, but they're safely in the zone once they made that exchange, okay? The person handing off, the best way to get that successful teammate, remember that other teammate's got their hand up, is to act like they're about to throw it and put it in the teammate's hand. A lot of times what you see is a lot of underhand attempts, but this is, again, the safest pass. It goes overhand into the teammate's other hand. A lot of the problems we see happen after the exchange. Now, during the exchange, if the baton drops and it goes in another lane or in their lane, the runner can get it. They just have to make sure they don't interfere with another runner and get back in their lane and keep going. So get the baton if you drop it. But the other issue we see is once the outgoing runner gets the baton and starts running, the person who just handed off, the biggest thing they have to watch out for are where the other runners are. They cannot leave their lane. Many times they'll give the baton and they're going faster. They'll step in the next lane. They'll go, even start to walk off the track. But they have to not interfere with another runner, or that could disqualify their team. Okay, now what we're going to go over is what to do if you need to set up a mock relay exchange zone at your school, whether it be at your gym, parking lot, cafeteria, somewhere though, because you don't have access to a track. As you can see, we've pulled the tape out, and the relay exchange zones from big arrow to big arrow measure 20 meters, okay? If you're using tape measure that does not have metric side to it, you're looking at about 65, 66 feet, somewhere in that area. But again, it's 20 meters long in the exchange zone. What we recommend doing is that you would take duct tape. Now, I'm using white duct tape today, and if you get a chance to go down to a Home Depot or somewhere and there's yellow duct tape, that helps the kids out because they get used to seeing the color that the exchange zone is at the track. Any color will do, but yellow just kind of helps them practice like they play if you can access it. You can set up duct tape at your school. So here, if I went to the next lane, lanes are a couple feet, 3 feet or so across. It just depends on how big you can make it. The size of it doesn't matter, just as long as you have how long the exchange zone is pretty close to accurate. So you set down the duct tape. Okay, I'll do something a little smaller just because you may not be able to get it as wide. And then what's probably important for you is to still keep the arrows going in the direction that the track looks like. So the first side of the exchange zone, we want to make sure that the triangle is facing forward. Okay, that's the direction the kids will have to go. And if you're like me, it's probably not going to be perfect. But again, it gives them a pretty good visual of what to go with. Now it's up to you. You can actually place some kind of poster board under here, cut it out, have a triangle. That way it's the whole solid color. You could, it's going to be using a lot of tape. I probably wouldn't recommend that, but maybe some poster board. But at least the outline of the triangle, we'd go down to the other end and do the same thing. Okay? I would, maybe if you can, also put the little yellow triangle back here. This distance between the little yellow triangle and the big yellow triangle is 10 meters long. Okay, that's half the distance of what the exchange zone is. Again, your kids are allowed to stand anywhere in here. Safety for those beginners. Get them used to standing on or inside the triangle. They're already safe. Okay, now the only thing you got to teach them is make sure they have the baton before they leave the other one. Tip here, tell the kids never to put your hand out for the baton until you're inside, and if you get to the end without the baton, stop and make sure you have it in your hands. Okay, that should help them make sure they get through the race without any DQs.